She may
I
not.
must say, we have had very good questions. This is a great
Yeah, well,
audience.
you better ask mine too.
This is the next question. It's the cursive writing is a little, so bear with me. Okay. 2 years ago, the commission voted to hire first from within the county, even at a percentage above the lowest bid from outside. I saw that you tried, I'm assuming the commission tried to get a Tampa company to do animal services. Are you violating the policy of hiring locally, or how do you feel about first choice? Do you want me to repeat the question? And like I said, I can't explain because I didn't write it, but... Okay. Would Judy, is it Palmer? Would you like to come up and explain the question so that they can answer it appropriately to you?
It went through the commission that that companies would be hired by bids, but that the first choice would be a bid from within the county, even if it were a few percentage higher than the lowest bid from outside the county. And now I saw that they were looking for a Tampa company to take over the animal services, and I want to know why.
Did everybody get that? All right, we'll start in a minute.
Okay, I was confused because we definitely have a local preference, a local hiring preference in Miami-Dade County. I think you're talking about something that hasn't come to us yet, because we haven't voted on anything that has to do with the Tampa company with animal services. I think that was something that the mayor was going to bring to us and has not yet brought to us. Because not only do I support local preference, by the way, we do a local preference, and that's a local hiring, local preference on a backhoe, and that's the best and final offer. And not only do I support local preference, but I brought a true local preference ordinance to the county because I saw that so many people were using local preference. Many people would get in one building, hang a shingle, and they would claim local just to get bids. So I caught on to that and actually worked with somebody, and they showed me different pictures. So I created the true local preference ordinance that you really have to have a location within Miami-Dade County, and it can't just be hanging a shingle tomorrow or yesterday in order to get a local bid. So I totally support local preference. I think what you're referring to deals with Miami-Dade County Animal Services, Humane Society, and that other company that I don't even know the name of, because that's never reached us. That's never ever reached our dais yet. But don't worry, I support the local preference. But we've got to get it done. Thank you.
She's sharp as a tack, this woman. She knows. She knows.
I'm very much in favor of local hiring and local contracts, unless there is a compelling reason that the service can't be provided locally. And in fact, I would go much further. The Miami-Dade County Public Schools has the 21st Century Challenge program, in which they did an inventory of the local hiring and contracting processes, and then they've committed to doing training and technical assistance to enable groups to compete that might not otherwise be able to compete. So that's, when we hire locally, either individuals or firms, we are truly building community wealth. When companies are local, they invest more in their community, they tend to provide better salaries and benefits, they feel more connected to the community, those dollars are spent in this community, they don't go outside to benefit a corporation and some other city or country headquarters. So it's really very smart policy to do everything we can, even if there's some upfront cost, to keep jobs and contracts local wherever possible.
Well, I said, the lady said 2 years ago, right? So, regarding that particular deal, what happened, I don't know. But it is imperative that when we choose the companies, they are local companies. I have three things: local, quality, and efficiency. Because it all goes back to the better improvement of our life and our community. So, special interest, alliance with people with power and influence won't work. Thank you.
This is pretty good.
Okay, next question. What will you do to prevent further infringement on the Everglades? Okay, and I think we should be good now with Ms. Meadows.
When we refer to the Everglades, we think of environment, we think of climate, and we think of historical. And it is very important that we keep the resources that we have for our future generations, that they can also enjoy nature. So we have to keep everything clean, and we have to keep everything construction or everything that prevents that from happening away from the Everglades. Thank you.
Completely agree. In fact, I'm on a committee at the Florida Association of Counties FAC that deals with protecting our environment, and I've been one of the key fighters for SERP and for SEP. That's the Central Everglades Restoration Plan and the Central Everglades Plan. And actually, I took a trip down to the Everglades to take a look at how the flow is going. We're talking about sheet flow, and I met Vice President Biden out there, and we took a look at the plan and we took a look at the program. We must preserve our Everglades. We must restore, we must preserve, and I'm so excited about what we're doing. We have been a very proactive county in Miami County, preserving the urban development boundary line, fighting to make sure that the Everglades are kept pristine. Let me tell you that, when they talk about River of Grass, that's exactly what it is. Back in January, I took an airboat ride with the Everglades Foundation all through the Everglades, and it was a fabulous, I call it a field trip. And let me tell you, that has been our goal in this county. Let me tell you, it's been very, very proactive. And it's a very green county, and we've been working very hard and very proud of what we've accomplished. Thank you.
I'm really honored. I received endorsements from the Sierra Club and Clean Water Action. Neither of these groups routinely endorse, but they found my record and my commitment worth their endorsement. So that is a personal accomplishment. The Everglades is there not just for our enjoyment, the Everglades is there for our survival. That is our drinking water. Every time we violate that urban development boundary, we are jeopardizing our future survival in Miami-Dade County and leading to greater inevitability of saltwater intrusion and basically lack of livability in our community. So it's not just for our personal drinking water, it's for our agriculture, it's for our businesses. My opponent has voted to move the urban development boundary line once, and I dare say she'll vote to move it again. She has many of her top contributors who are major landholders and developers waiting in the wings to be able to move that line, and I think that's what we can expect. Furthermore, she recently was very happy to join in the opening of a new Walmart store on the environmentally endangered property at the University of Miami has offered to sell for that purpose. So I'm very concerned about what is going to happen. I don't see any environmental activism on our county commission today. It's great that we had a new task force and it came up with some recommendations, but we have no Office of Sustainability, one key staff person there. We've lost our other staff members. Some of them have moved to Broward, where they have a much more ambitious and effective program, and our county is like with our head in the sand. We are absolutely not paying attention to the inevitable when it comes to the Everglades.
For a long, long time. You know, it's very interesting the way you see these things happen. When the urban development boundary line she was talking about, it was with the Homestead Speedway. You know what that is? For 20 years, it's been a rock parking lot. And the track wanted an expansion. We examined it. There's no sensitive wetlands. There's nothing sensitive about it at all. It's a rock parking lot. That's all it was. And that vote, I believe, was unanimous amongst this very concerned commission. So this is just nonsense. You know, I've been fighting. In fact, this is why I'm on one of the committees and been fighting to preserve the Everglades. And this is why I get out the Everglades myself. I don't just talk about it. I go on the Everglades, and I go and I see it for myself. And I teach my children, and I teach my grandchildren. So this is just nonsense. Thank you.
I think that you wanted to say something?
I'm so happy that Ms. Carol bring that up because I recently went to an event where they were mentioning a proposal, and I would like and encourage everybody to go and check it out. I think it's the sign, if I remember correctly, is hempforwater.com. It's a proposal to use hemp for agricultural purposes, to be, to sell and to resell and to use the money for the water. So it's very interesting. Please check it out. It will solve all the water problems that we have because we are wasting a lot of gallons of water daily. Thank you.
Next question. I want to know if you will fight to honor the vote of the people in your district and make passing the Pets Trust a priority. And would you be willing to make a public commitment at this forum to do so?
Yes, I started last
They
time.
want to
Sorry, I
tax
lost track.
everybody to
I
pay
think
for
it
people
started here, so
off
we'll
on the street.
Start here or here, whichever you prefer.
Well, I certainly know that question is directed at me. You can't not know that. When the Pets Trust was passed, and I actually was one of the co-sponsors for it, what happened was kind of like the perfect storm of a tough economy. And I think the Herald wrote a wonderful editorial outlining that. So what happened is you have the Pets Trust, and then the firefighters said, well, if you're going to raise the taxes for the pets, you have to raise the taxes for fire. And the police officer said, well, if you're going to raise the taxes for the pets and the fire, then you better raise the taxes for the police. And then the library said, well, if you're going to raise the taxes for the pets and the fire, the police, then you have to raise the taxes for the libraries. On top of the fact that we just had the Jackson Bond Initiative that had just passed, as well as the school board initiative. So every 25 per 100,000 or 15 per 100,000 would have added up to hundreds of dollars. And so that's why we support it. It's not the economy to raise taxes. So am I going to commit to it? No. I'm not. But you know what I'm proud of? I'm proud of the fact that we put $4 million extra last year into Miami-Dade County Animal Services, $4 million this year. Just 2 weeks ago, I passed the Animal Cruelty Prevention Ordinance. I've done tons of free spay neuters in my district to where we're making a difference. Participated in the trap, neuter, and return program, and doing adoption events at least once a month in my district. So I'm so proud of my service to the animals, and I'm so proud of the Puppy Mill Cruelty Prevention Ordinance. And that's an extra $8 million. And let me tell you, I was taking a look at the Pets Trust item. So much of it is bricks and mortar and buildings and overhead and salaries and administration and fees. That's not what it's all about. It's about helping animals. It's about helping dogs and cats. It's about saving their lives. It's about getting them spayed and neutered. And let me tell you something. As a commissioner, I have worked tirelessly and so hard, not just on the Puppy Mill Cruelty Prevention Ordinance, but on spaying and neutering and protecting our four-legged friends. I have 4 dogs myself. My husband, his business has 4 cats, so we have a split family there. Well, anyway, thank you very much.